Hello everyone, good day and welcome to the Academy for Digital Learning and Mastery Studio, ADLM. In this video, I'll be putting us through how to make use of the ADLM plant width plugin for mechanical and electrical works. In our previous videos on this series on the plant width plugin, we've looked at roof quantity takeoff and finishes, how to do a material schedule and export to material schedule. So in this video, we'll be taking it a step further by looking at mechanical and electrical quantity takeoff, how to make use of this ADLM plant width plugin to carry out your mechanical and electrical quantity takeoff with very simple steps and with the plant width plugin app, making your workflow easier and faster. Don't forget to watch this video to the end, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and we'll get started. Okay, so in this video now, we'll be looking at the quantity takeoff for mechanical, electrical works, majorly electrical works in this section, while the next one will be covering mechanical works. Okay, so we've checked out the plugin. Once you've loaded the plugin, in the template side of the ADLM plugin, we have electrical items. So if we come back to the legend, I think that's the second page here. We have our legend sheet here. So what I advise people using multiple screen is take advantage of the multiple screen advantage. Like right click on this here and open a new window. So you click on open a new window, you push the legend out here. So you can just push your legend to a different screen. So once your legend is on a different screen, it's very easy for you to just at one glance look at your legend and know the items. So this is the legend and this is how electrical legend looks like, because this is what is going to guide you in your quantity takeoff. Now let's start our takeoff. This is the general site. So let's look at the general site. What do we have? We have the exterior light. This is the exterior light, AXL. So you check out the legend. You check this design here. This is exterior light here. You check out the legend here. What is this about exterior light? Waterproof exterior lights. So just check out the design. This is this. So I'm bringing us back here because the another thing you can do is just use this, open a new tab. So we have a legend on one tab here and we have the plan on this tab. Okay, so that was easy for you to navigate in case you have so many pages on your drawing. Okay, so we have the external light here. So we have the same design, the external wall light. So come out to electrical here, come to light fittings and turn this on. So the fitting name would be EX. So check out the fitting name. That was waterproof exterior wall light. So waterproof exterior wall light. Just simply the name. Number of floors is 1. The folder, always make sure you keep folders. So let me just check YouTube lights. So let me just folder I'm using for this. So for you this here, just click this and you click OK. So you select the lights. What you do is you pick all of the lights here. Okay, so this is how easy it is for you to make use of the ADLM plugin for your quantity takeoff for electrical works. Once you are done with that, click stop. Since this is still within the ground floor, we have LED lights. So check out the legend. What does it say? Ceiling mount LED luminaire. So that's for this here. So you just pick this up here, light this, include the name. So that will be ceiling. Okay, number of floors is 1 on still another light. So you just look for the ones that are all LED and you just pick it like this. So that's how you work with the legend and the plugin to do your quantity takeoff for lights. So just take a glance throughout your entire model and you see, okay, once you've picked that, there's nothing more on that. This is a chandelier here. Okay, so based on the legend, this is a chandelier. So you just check the legend. So just be familiar with electrical takeoff is basically easy. Once you can go through the legend and understand the legend like this, it's easy for you to pick the items. And you see the use of tabs or multiple screen makes your work very easy and your workflow faster. Okay. So we have this ceiling recessed downlight here. So basically I'll just do for one more, not to make this video too long. So we have this as ceiling recessed downlight. Number of floor is 1. Okay, so I'll just pick like this. So whatever looks like that, also in the model or the floor plan, just check that out. So that's how you go about all of your lights. Now take note of these names: L6, L6, L5, L5, L1. And let's come back to the distribution board panel. I think one of these pages. Okay, this is for solar panel. Okay, so there is your mechanical drawings. Yeah, so let me just come back up here. I think, okay, distribution panel is here. So this is a 12-way TPN distribution panel. So for distribution panel, that will be under power or distribution equipment here. This is distribution equipment. So we'll measure for this. Let me check the page before that. Okay, this is the first floor power layout. So this is this floor and the next one. Okay, so this one is where we have our 12-way TPN MCCB distribution board, and we have this here. This is for first floor, so we should have one for ground floor. Sorry, so this is for ground floor. Yeah, so the top to 12 ways for ground floor, the 6 ways for first floor. So take note of all of these connected items here. So we have a distribution board, we have a circuit breaker, and we have the cable. Do you get? So this cable here, this 35mm cable, supplies from the meter point to this distribution board. Do you understand? From the meter point to distribution board here, we have a circuit breaker, 100 amp circuit breaker. So this is how this page is the distribution board page. I'm sure many people might have always ignored this page or find it hard to understand what is on this page. So this page has a whole lot of information for you as a quantity surveyor. Okay, so we have the ground floor electrical load schedule, we have the circuit breaker here, and we have the distribution board. So for ground floor we have a 12-way distribution board, while for first floor we have a 6-way distribution board. Do you understand? Okay, so let's go into it. So the 12-way, so what you just use distribution equipment. Yeah, it's just 12-way distribution. So the equipment name, let's put it here, 12. Oh, sorry. Do that one more time. Skip. So pick this up. Stop. Cancel. This was an error. So let's delete this. So just turn this back on again. So the equipment name is 12-way TPN MCCB DB. Okay, so how many amp? 100 amp. Number of way 12. Ignore gang. Number of floor is 1. So this one becomes power. So YT power stands for power. Okay, so there we don't have a gang, so this is not a socket, so there's no gang here. So you just click OK and just select this, right click, stop. Next one is a circuit breaker. We have a 100 amp circuit breaker, also a distribution equipment. So just click this here. So that will be TPN at leakage circuit breaker. So that will be 100 amp. Number of way, there's no number of way here. Number of flow is 1. This number of way and this is not apply. Click OK. So this here. So you can just do the same thing. First follow the same principle for your first flow. So this is 6-way 60 amp and 60 amp TPN. Okay. Now this is what I want us to pay attention to. Now remember this L1, L2, L3. Let me just put this here on a different tab. So we have this tab here for this. So the last one, let me come back to the floor plan of where I was measuring for. Okay, because this is the only page I'm using for this video. So you can always check out the full video in the classroom for those that will purchase the full plugin. So for this here now, we have this explanation for the dB. We have explained how we calculated the dB and counted it. Now you see this L1 down to L9. Check, these are the circuit names. So we come back to the ground floor layout here. So we have L9, we have L4, we have L8, we have L4. This will help you determine the size of your cables. So if you come back here, you see the size here. That will be 1.5 mm square, 1 core PVC cable. So the size of cable here is 1.5 millimeter square. So you see that the information is already provided in the distribution board design. So you have to be familiar with this distribution board and understand how to go about it. The loading is not your business. Here we have three red, yellow, blue. That's red, R is red, Y is yellow, B is blue. Okay, so well, this is not the numbers here. What you are concerned about as a quantity surveyor is the circuit name, the cable sizes, and the equipment name. Okay, the electrical engineer has designed this to be well balanced and all. So you are not concerned about the calculation or rebalancing loads. No, you have designed this to balance the load. Okay, so we have L1 to L9 are using 1.5 mm cable. So if I come back to the floor plan here, I now know that all of this cable here are 1.5 mm. So I don't need to separate the circuit because at this point in time they all have the same cable. Okay, so now another thing you notice is this drawing is not scaled. So some people might just get electrical drawings and the drawing might not be scaled. What you can do is use the windows and doors to scale your drawing. I don't advise this regularly. Use the windows and doors to scale your drawing. So let's look for a bedroom door. By default in our area here in Nigeria here, bedroom doors is mostly 900 millimeters. Okay, so I'll pick from the first point down to the next point. So I'll just click scale. For those that are wondering how the drawings is being loaded, I think you can go back to the previous video on this channel and I'll attach a link up on the card above to check out the video on how to load your drawings and scale your drawings. Okay, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. So maybe this meter, that will be 0.9. Okay, so pick from this first door to the end. Okay, so that's for horizontal. Then for vertical, look for a vertical door that leads to a bedroom. I think this is a terrace here, 900 also. The scale 9. Okay, so you pick from this point down to this point. So this is what you do when you don't have your drawings provided. So you can just do a check by just dimensioning some parts of, let me dimension the window. Okay, this window is adequately 0.75. So we have this here. So let's check this out. 1.5, yeah, good. 1.5 window. So our scale is correct. So that's how you verify your scale on the drawing. 1.2. Okay, so that's how you verify your scale to make sure that your scale is correct from we are not giving scale initially. Now, once you've done that, now let's start our takeoff. So come back here to electrical wires. Turn this on. So the cable type here is a PVC cable from the dB. For those that might just check out the dB, I'll go back there very soon. The size of the cable is 1.5 square millimeters. You see, cable size is conduit size rather, so to be in the 20. Since it's a 1.5 cable, so it should be on the 20 mm diameter conduit. The height from this is for power socket, but I just use the height from the switch point to this the ceiling. So you just add an extra, probably 1 meter. Number of core is a 1 core cable. The extra now, that will be, I use 10%, that will be 1.1. That's your 10%. Just type in 10%. 10% here. Okay. Then click OK. So what you do now is since you have your cable connection given here, it makes your work easy, but not that easy at the end of the day, because the connection is just to this switch. So you have to connect back from the switch to the distribution board. So you click A, that's the arc. So you go this point, click A to hack this point. Then this is how you go about it till the very end. Okay, so we don't know where our distribution board is on this ground floor, so let me just quickly go back to the power layout. Okay. This is power layout ground floor. We have our distribution board in the pantry. So we have the distribution board in the pantry here. Is it MDP and SDP? If you check your legend, let me go back to legend page here. You've seen this. So distribution board are in the pantry. So like I said, I was going to show you earlier, PVC cable. You see 1 core PVC cable. This is it here. So this is in the pantry. So we'll connect our cable points back into this pantry. So let's continue with our wire connection. So pick this from this point, let's just to this point here, stop. So this helps to connect everything back into this pantry. Bring this back here. So you can also do something like finding a route that leads back to the distribution board. So instead of you having cable wasted on your takeoff, you can just create a route yourself and just estimate that route back to the distribution board point. So that also makes your work easier. I'm using A to arc. So let me just speed this up. Basically, this is a well laid out complete version. So here I've been able to complete, I had to skip that part. So I've been able to complete the electrical cable connection back to the pantry here. See how well laid it is and well arranged. Then we've also been able to take off all of the lightning fittings and the switch also for the ground floor. So that's the focus for this video, take off for the ground floor. So all of these are saved in this folder. So you apply the same principle for the power layout also. So it's basically the same principle power layout. You check it out. So I'm going to take off for that also. I have to speed it up. So you see your water heater, WH is for water heater. If you check the legend or your water heater cables, so you have various sizes of cables here already at this point here. So we have this cable is a 2.5 cable. How did we achieve that? So you see we're done with this lightning circuit. So we have the next circuit, which is this exterior light circuit, also EXL. That's exterior lights. So exterior light is also on a 2.5 cable range. RC1 down to RP3, they are all 2.5 cable. So what you do is you check out your layout. So this is the RC circuit, RC1, RC7, RP3. Then this is for air condition AC5. So check out AC5 circuit also. That's, check out the circuit name, that's 4mm cable. So that's how we achieved the cable sizes. So the cable sizes are always given on the distribution board. You only have to just understand how to read it like this. Okay, now once you are done with your takeoff and you are good with that, let's open up the plugin app. There's a plugin app that basically does all of the submissions and give you the final result. Okay, so this is the plugin app here. So we have the lights, our light takeoff that we've done. So you have your lightning fittings and switch. So if you check on light fittings here, the entire light fittings for the entire project. So you can just adjust this. Also, you can see it clearly. Plugin app is very adjustable. So check this here. So I take off that has been done. You see your lights, you see your switch. So all of your switch has been calculated here. All of the wires have been summed up here. Check out socket also. So all of your sockets are also here. Then the distribution boards and all of that are all here. Okay, so you see your socket fittings, you have the gangs, the TVs, cooker control unit, your distribution equipment also. You have your main distribution board, sub distribution board, and all of that. So under cable here, so now your cable here, electrical wires, you have all of the wires here. You have the 1.5, the 25, your conduit pipe, your connector, that's the conduit pipe connectors. Okay, so we have the other conduit pipes also here. We have the 2.5, we have the 4.0, so we have our cable here. So in the next video we'll look at plumbing and pipe works completely. So this is just to explain electrical quantity takeoff. So from this here, as seen in previous videos, click on lights here. You have your light switches and all of that. I click on export to Excel to open up my Excel prompt. So I can just remember our YouTube folder we created in previous videos. YouTube test, we have lights, open, save. So I successfully exported. So we check out the folder that was created. So we have lights. So this, can refer back to previous videos and how we achieve this. So just check out lights here. So other lights here. See your takeoff here. So you have your description and all. Under switch also you have this, so you can just click on this, then wrap text. You see you have all of your lights and the quantities here. So just put the rates and the units and you're good to go. As easy as this, no stress, you've gotten your takeoff. So just do your manual arrangement. So that's for your lights, put the costs and export it to Excel. So that's how you export to Excel with the ADLM plugin. Next video we'll look at plumbing works and other works. So it says be happy. Stay tuned to this channel for more updates. Bye.